Hey guys, welcome to another FIFA 22 video, and today guys we're going to be doing our predictions for the Road to the Knockouts promo, kind of rebranded in a sense. Obviously it used to be Road to the Final. This year they kind of slightly changed it, and also the inclusion of Roads to the Knockout cards for the Conference League as well, to obviously go alongside the Champions League and the Europa League. We've got about 15 Champions League cards, about 5 Europa League, and like 2 UEFA Conference cards. Obviously most will be in the Champions League, and there'll be obviously a few for the other 2 competitions as well. So let's get straight into the first prediction. The 88 rated Marquinhos is yet to have a special card. I know it's obviously very early on in the game, but he's yet to have a special card. A few players from PSG have already had special cards. I think it'd be a very, very good one to go for. You can see him getting quite a lot of upgrades. Of course, PSG have already had a pretty decent start to their Champions League. A big win, of course, against Manchester City. Although they did draw their first game against Club Brugge, but even so, he'd be a pretty nice card to have. Kai Havertz, I think, will get recognised in this Road to the Final. Of course, he was the hero in that final back in, what was it, like May or June a few months ago, where he scored the winner against Manchester City. 86 rated going from an 84. You can certainly expect a few upgrades for him. I know that they lost their second game. There have only been 2 Champions League games, hasn't there, so far, but even so, I think Chelsea will be more than good enough to go through. Diego Jota, I've gone for the next one. Of course, Liverpool having a fantastic start to their group, winning both games. Now, I've gone for him, obviously getting the 2+ from an 84, sorry, from an 82 to an 84, but then the position changes were because when he often plays for Liverpool, he often plays in the centre-forward position and not a cam position. So him with a position change would be very, very good because he's basically hopefully guaranteed almost to kind of go up to an 86 rated. Kyle Walker is the next one for Manchester City. Of course, Cancelo got one last year as a fullback. I don't think they repeat the same again this year, so I've gone with Kyle Walker. Be a great one. I think maybe even Edison as a goalkeeper maybe has a shout, but I've gone with Kyle Walker. I think it'd be a pretty fun card to get as a Road to the Final. Fred for Manchester United, this would be a very, very good card, and would be, even though he's like an 84 rated, he'd be very expensive. Now, United haven't had the best start to their Champions League. I mean, 1 win and 1 loss. They got that win very late on against Villarreal, but they got 3 points on the board. I think it's a card that will get upgrades, and I think will be a bit of a fan favourite within the community. As Zapata as an 85 rated, I want to kind of go with Muriel, but he had a Road to the Final card last year. Again, I just can't see EA kind of repeating the same thing once again. So gone with Zapata. Good start to the group from Atalanta. I think they've ever got 4 points or 6 points from their opening 2 games. So they should be at least getting into the Europa League, you would have thought. But yeah, 85 rated for him. Now, Federico Chiesa could be a very good card. Juve, of course, beat Chelsea in their most recent game. I think they have 6 points from their 2 games. I know that the Zenit in the same team is at Malmo. I think they have 2 wins from their opening 2 matches, which is, if that is the case, that's fantastic. And he would be very, very good. Even him with like a couple upgrades, he'd be absolutely insane. De Vrij from Inter Milan. Not too many players to go for, really, from Inter Milan. You know, Nicola Barrella's already had an inform. I was looking at a few of the other cards, but in the end, I was thinking between maybe in between De Vrij and Handanovic. I went with De Vrij in the end. He needs a few upgrades, but even so, I suppose he'd be kind of okay to be able to use Emre Can. He's got to get in there. Either him or a Marco Reus, in my opinion. I suppose even a Haaland would be great, but I can't see EA going with someone like that. I think we're going to see someone from Dortmund that either be Can or Reus. I want it to be Can because look at that card. Just as an 84 rated, he'll be about 1 million coins, genuinely. Like, what a card, even just like an 84 rated, that he would be absolutely insane. For Bayern Munich, I've gone with Koeman. I was in between him or going with Neuer. I've got 1 goalkeeper in this video from one of the clubs, but yeah, and then the one with Kingsley Coman as an 87 rated. He would be nice, and obviously you can expect quite a few upgrades because Bayern should realistically be getting you would think to at least probably the quarterfinals, maybe even to the semis with the team that they've got. Carrera from Atletico Madrid, pretty decent start to their group. In fact, actually, it was going to be a dreadful start. They were on course to have, I think, only 1 point from their opening 6 games, but of course, Suarez rescued them against AC Milan. They lost. I think they either lost or drew the opening game against Porto. I can't exactly remember. I think it might be a draw, actually, in that opening game, but him as an 85 rated would be very good. Ter Stegen as the only goalkeeper in this video. Of course, EA tend to include 1 goalkeeper for the Road to the Final promo. I've gone with Ter Stegen because simply there's no other Barcelona player that kind of takes my interest at all. So I think, you know, it just goes to show how bad it is at the moment at Barcelona. But yeah, Ter Stegen is my pick for them, although I can't see them after that defeat to Benfica as well. I can't see them going too far this year. Maybe they might not even get through the group stage. Casemiro from Real Madrid, of course, has suffered that incredible defeat to Sheriff, but I still think there'll be a team that'll go through. I've gone with him there as a nice 90 racer, going from the 89 to a 90 racer. Tagliafico from Ajax. I think we can see Ajax get one player represented. I've gone with Tagliafico. Tadic is also another shout potentially, but he was part of road to the final last year when they were in the Europa League. But 2 wins out of 2 for Ajax. I think them and Dortmund look very good to be able to go through to the last 16 of the Champions League, in which obviously he go to an 86 rated. Into the Europa League cards, Jamie Vardy from Leicester City. Now, I know Leicester have not had the best start. It's only 1 point from 6 so far for them, but they're certainly capable of still turning it around. And of course, Vardy, certainly one of their key figures. Indeed, he had one last year, so I doubt EA will go back the same with him this year. So that's why I've gone with Jamie Vardy. It'd be nice to see him get a road to the final card. And then moving on to Lyon, we've got Aura. Lyon have won both their games so far in the Europa League, which is fantastic. 2 wins for them. He'd be a very nice card as well. Lyon look good to be able to go through to the last 32 of the Europa League, in which he would go to an 86 rated. And at that point, he would be like a very, very good card. Insigne from Napoli, again, in the same group as Leicester. They haven't had the best start. They're doing very well in Serie A, but only, I think, 1 point from their opening 2 games. But they're capable, again, of turning it around. And Insigne, of course, is a class player himself. And certainly a few upgrades to him if Napoli are to do well. He would go on to be a very, very good left-hand sided player in the Serie A. Kurt Zouma, of course, who just joined West Ham at the start of the season. 2 wins out of 2 for them against Zagreb, and I can't remember who their other game was against, but he'd be pretty cool to be able to get as an 84 rated. It'd be pretty nice as well for my French team, where they've already got 2 of the centre-backs already from France, and Varane and Umtiti, but even so, it would be nice to see him, or maybe like a Susek or a Ben Rama, get included for West Ham. Luis Alberto from Lazio, I think it's 3 points out of 6 for them so far. Of course, the former Liverpool player, a very decent player, I think is not maybe given as good a card as actually what he kind of deserves in FIFA. But yeah, I've gone with him. I still think Lazio should be able to do pretty well in the Europa League. And then onto the 2 UEFA Conference cards, I've gone with a big one, 91 Harry Kane. So theoretically, if they go on to the final and win it, this card will go to like a 98 rated. You know, they may as well go big. We will see a player from Spurs, guarantees. Son's already had an inform in the past couple of weeks, so I think this is the perfect opportunity to go and give a special card to Harry Kane. It would be very, very interesting to kind of see how he could do as a 91 rated. But yeah, he'd certainly need an increase on pace. But of course, you'd expect Spurs to be able to go pretty far. They've already got 2 wins, I think, from their opening 2 games, so they look pretty good to go far in that tournament. And then we finish off with the 84 rated Pellegrini from Roma. Again, I think it's difficult because I look at the conference and there's a lot of teams that don't have like very like insane players in FIFA, but you look at Roma and Spurs and they've got the 2 strongest teams out of all of them. We certainly will see players from those teams. Maybe a player from Union Berlin or Rennes might get in potentially as well, but Pellegrini would be a very, very good shot going from an 81 to an 84. I think they've won both their opening games as well, Roma, so this is going to be a card that if it goes to an 86, it's going to have almost 80 in every single base stat. But anyway, guys, there's my predictions for the road to the knockouts. It'll be interesting to kind of see how EA do this. I expect it to be 2 teams. It won't just be 1 team. They'll definitely do 2 different teams for the course of the promo, but I'm looking forward to it. Let me guys know who you're hoping to see be included in this promo as well. But anyway, guys, that will finish off this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.